Help us reach our goal of 300 subscribers by April. Thank you and enjoy.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Raw reaction, live Raw review, man. We just finished seeing Raw last night, and without further ado, let's get into this episode. You already know how it goes. It's supposed to be WrestleMania season, so Raw's supposed to be giving us their best effort. And I'm going to be here reacting and give y'all my feedback on it. So let's get back to it. And Raw kicked off with Kevin Owens doing a pretty average promo as Stone Cold Steve Austin. And I say it's pretty average because he kept saying like the bottom line, and like, he just kept saying Stone Cold catchphrases like, get over on your own. Stop using like 90s references. Stop using other wrestlers like lingo to get over. Like, if he would have called him out like how he's been calling out Texas, or if he would just called him out shooting, just talking hellish shit, then they have to keep using his catchphrase and shit, I would like the promo. But the fact that he just kept saying the bottom line, and KO says like, bro, be your own character. You're not Stone Cold. We don't respect you like Stone Cold. I personally believe Stone Cold is gonna go into this little KO show thing with Kevin Owens, hit him with a stunner, and walk out. Like, that's what I think is gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna be any 5-star Dave Meltzer match. I don't even think it's gonna be like a real match. I honestly think Stone Cold's gonna go in with Kevin Owens, like do like some few promos, probably let him get over by like doing some offense, but he's gonna hit his ass with like a stunner, and that'll be GG's. But yeah, after that promo, then we had our match, and that was between Damian Priest and Finn Balor. And Finn Balor's supposed to be the champion, right? We don't know. It doesn't look like it, because he's getting his ass whooped. Ever since he became champion, he's been getting his ass beat. Like, Damian Priest defeated Balor, but that was due to Austin Theory, because Austin Theory was on commentary because he's having a feud with Pat McAfee. So put him on commentary, I guess that makes sense. And Austin Theory interfered in the match, and that allowed Damian Priest to hit the Reckoning, and the 1, 2, 3, Finn Balor loses, not clean, but he still loses. And afterwards, Austin Theory jumps in the ring and just beats the hell out of Finn Balor, and then he does his little selfie gimmick. So yeah, the champion, the United States champion, is looking pretty ridiculous. He's looking like super extremely weak at this moment. So I don't know. There's people that keep making these reports like, oh, Finn Balor's unhappy with the WWE, oh, he's gonna leave. Shut that shit up, man. Like, Finn Balor is not gonna leave. Finn Balor is one of the NXT guys that I think actually understands the business of WWE. That it's more than just work rate and technical moves and stuff. It's all about characters, larger than life character. The only thing is this Finn Balor road. Now, this Finn Balor, he does have a character like the Prince or whatever, but he's mostly more popular when he's the Demon. So I think his character, I think what's going on right now is they're just gonna beat up the normal Finn Balor, piss him off, and then that's when he's gonna awaken the Demon, and then the Demon's gonna get a dub at WrestleMania again. So that only makes sense. That's the only way I think this can turn out, the way that Balor's been getting booked on Raw so far. I think they're just letting him lose with Damian Priest so that he can get the big dub at WrestleMania as the Demon. So hopefully, we all can hope. After this match, we had that one dude, I don't know his name, it's like that little short new commentary guy. But yeah, basically he just went over to he went over to Seth Rollins, and he was asking him if he's going to be at Mania and what will he do since Kevin Owens got to Mania. And Seth Rollins just gave him that death stare again. And then the crowd was chanting Cody. Like, they was chanting Cody, let it go. He's not coming. Like, he's doing business for himself. If he was going to join WWE, he would have joined by now, so we can have like at least a month or like a good time to build up a feud. Like, no one's going to want Cody Rhodes to come in the last week and then get put in a Mania match when there's been WWE superstars and competitors who've been working for 2 years ever since this pandemic before Cody. Like, bro, what the fuck? Like, I would be so pissed. I wouldn't be pissed, actually. I would just be annoyed. I would be like, wow, like, they had to do this to make you fanboys happy. They had to put Cody Rhodes in, because but then you guys would start crying. Like, if they put their own WWE part-timer in, you guys would be upset, but you guys would be happy if they put some guy from AEW who could potentially just come here, do a WrestleMania match or whatever, stay for a month, intentionally get fired, and go back to AEW. He just brought the eyes over there again. Like, I don't know, it doesn't seem like that's the best move for business. The second match was the Battle of the Giants, as the announcers kept repeating it. It was Omos against Commander Aziz, and this was a pretty decent match. I was asking for a longer match with Omos. I was asking for Omos to at least have like some feuds or something. Yeah, I think with wrestling or WWE, Vince McMahon, they read my mind, because this one was pretty much, I think, building into a bigger feud that might lead into like the Andre Memorial Battle Royal, if they still do that at WrestleMania. But it was against Commander Aziz and Omos, as I said, and this was a pretty fun match. Omos was dominant for most of the match, for almost all of the match. It was pretty even at first. This match went no longer than, I would say, 5, maybe 4 minutes. It was a good match. The best spot of the night was when Commander Aziz was trying to hit a suplex on Omos, then Omos reversed it. You could see him almost like struggle to lift Commander Aziz, but then he turns it into like a Falcon Arrow kind of suplex slam. So that was a good move. And after that he hit him with the tree slam, 1, 2, 3. He grabbed Apollo Crews and hit him with a choke slam. So yeah, I think this feud is not over with. Like, there's no way like this big ass heavyweight Commander Aziz is gonna let Omos just throw him around like that and not come back next week for some smoke. So we'll see what's gonna happen about that. Then we have another backstage segment. This Raw had lots of segments. If I'll say that, this Raw had lots of segments. But the segment wasn't like, all the segments wasn't bad, but I just think it was a lot of fucking segments on this show. But you had KO. Kevin Owens tried to cheer up Seth Rollins, and he offered to help Seth Rollins get into WrestleMania. And he mentioned how he beat Seth Rollins at one WrestleMania to make like a WrestleMania moment, which like made like a spark in Seth Rollins' eye. He's like, ha 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 ha, and walked off on some weird Seth Rollins stuff. After that, we had Liv Morgan versus Queen Zelina. And if we haven't Liv Morgan versus Queen Zelina, then this is going to have to be the damn Battle of the Babes, since the last match was the Battle of the Giants with Commander Aziz and Omos, because Queen Zelina and Liv Morgan are my two personal favorites on the roster on Raw, because Queen Zelina has some good promo skills. I feel like she's underutilized, and Liv Morgan, at first I didn't like her because I'm like, okay, she has nothing to offer besides like a cute face or whatever. She's not a good wrestler. But then her wrestling started growing me. Like, ever since she's been getting pushed, she's been like getting better and better every week. So I can at least admit that. Are they like top stars? No, but those are stars I like. I like Bianca Belair. Belair. My bad. But yeah, Selena Vega damn near threatened Carmella and told her that she needs to stay focused on their WrestleMania tag title defense. And she was basically saying that ever since she had her show, she's just been distracted and not like paying attention towards the tag titles, which is true. But I didn't think they was paying attention about the tag titles before they had the show. I think the show just made the tag titles like more, I don't know, it just gave it a proper storyline, I'm guessing. And it's sad that we need like a YouTube reality TV show to make the women's tag division relevant. That's tough. Reminds me of some kind of like Total Diva shit, but it's whatever. I never watched this show yet. I don't really care. Like, if Carmella's doing that shit just to get clout, then go ahead. I'm not watching. But on Raw, Carmella was wearing like some skanky outfit, which is cool, I guess. I'm not gonna say anything else. I guess the match was pretty good. Zelina Vega came out the gates with like a dragon sleeper submission and then a nice shining wizard in the corner. And I was like, okay, like, this is gonna be a decent match, I guess. And then it started getting ruined by like outside interference. You had Carmella get on the ropes. Then you had Rhea Ripley chase Carmella. Carmella jumped into Corey Graves and was like, oh my god, like some stupid shit like that. And then Zelina Vega was so distracted by this that she got hit by like a Spanish fly, a standing Spanish fly from Liv Morgan, and got pinned. So the champions are not looking good on this episode of Raw. Like, I don't know what to say. Then as like Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley are like celebrating the ring, Seth Rollins music hit, and the look on Rhea Ripley's face is like, who the hell told this guy to come out right now? Because he just like came out, and I thought it was gonna go to commercial, but didn't. He just came out and just basically like danced them out the ring. He just like shooed them away, and then it went to commercial. So that was pretty awkward. I'm not gonna lie. And Seth Rollins basically says that he wants to host Steve Austin but he doesn't say it like that. He basically tells Kevin Owens come out. Kevin Owens comes out. He's like, yo, you inspired me. You reminded me I am the visionary, but I got an idea. You got a talk show at WrestleMania. Your guest is Stone Cold Steve Austin. How about I get me a talk show at WrestleMania and I get my guest to be Stone Cold Steve Austin? And then Kevin Owens basically was like, bro, get your own idea. No, I'll help you come up with an idea, but this is not the move. Like, this is not it. Like, you can't do that, whatever. And then Seth Rollins was like, no, I can do it. Kevin Owens was like, nah, you can't do that, blah, blah, blah. They was going back and forth for like 2 minutes. Sonya Deville music hits, and she comes out. She says she liked the idea of Seth, and she makes it the main event match for tonight on Raw, that whoever wins gets to host Steve Austin at WrestleMania, which we don't know what that's supposed to mean, because Steve Austin promo, he say, call it a match, call it a brawl, call it a show, it don't matter, I'm coming to whip some ass. So he wants Kevin Owens, so it wouldn't make any sense if Seth Rollins did win this match. They didn't have a feud with damn Steve Austin, and the commentators were trying to sell like, oh, well, that could be a bigger match. Imagine Steve Austin's and Seth Rollins. Okay, I imagine it. Stone Cold music hits, Seth Rollins music hits. The crowd this is awesome. Stone Cold hits a stunner. 1, 2, 3. There's nothing else to it. It's just like there's nothing to this damn Kevin Owens match. The only difference is these two actually like each other. Like Kevin Owens and Steve Austin. Like Kevin Owens asked and got permission from Steve Austin to use the stunner, so he at least kind of respects the business. So I respect that. Then we had Edge come out with his new theme song. I don't know if it's new. I probably missed the net last week because I skipped the Edge segment. But I, again, listened to this and came in one ear, out the other ear. But I kind of liked it because Edge basically buried his entire return to WWE, saying that, oh, like he was a week in the shell of himself and he's supposed to be the benchmark of WWE. But he was basically burying himself and still said that version of Edge would destroy AJ Styles. So I'm like, wait, hold on, come again and say what? But yeah, I don't really care about this Dark Lord, Dark Edge stuff. He said that AJ Styles brought out the real Dark Edge, so guess this is a real Edge. And it's funny because he's like, you think you know me? Shit, I thought we knew you, but shit, you're right. You're right, we don't know you, Edge, because your ass is different, my guy. Like, you're really different, my guy. Edge used to be that one dude. I don't know. I always didn't like Edge because his faces when he wrestled, he's like so intense. He looks crazy. I'm like, yo. Like, I remember being a kid. I used to hate Edge. I used to want everybody to beat Edge. I used to cheer for everybody. I never even liked John Cena as a kid like that. But I was like, yo, Cena beat his ass. You feel me? Like, I did not fuck with Edge like that. Yeah, Bianca Belair beat Doudrop for like the 700th time this Raw season. So they need to let her fight somebody else. At least let her fight a jobber, or don't book her for a match, or do something different, because we're tired of seeing Bianca Belair versus Doudrop. That KOD spot was cool the first time. The second time, okay, she cold with it. Do that shit every other week. We're gonna be like, okay, and like, what else you got? Like, she needs to do something different. And after she beat her, Becky Lynch came out, grabbed her by the hair, started beating her ass, put her hair like in between like a chair, put her neck in between a chair, and then slammed her face into the ring post. And that was brutal. And then next week she said, well, not next week, and she like bent down and said, next week, bitch, I'm coming for your hair. So I don't know. I hope they don't cut Bianca Belair's hair, cause that's gonna make like black women and like most of their black fans upset that they're coming for hair. Like, that would be pretty weird and pretty bogus in WWE terms and behalf. RKBro then had like a little celebration party. The Street Profits came out, called it pretty ass, said they beat it RKBro. They had their number and they deserve a match. Randy Orton wasn't having that shit. He told their ass to get lost. So Riddle's like, nah, Randy, they're right. Let's do it. The Montez Ford's like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Y'all party still ass. Riddle's like, what? Let's have a match, bro. And that match got, like, it was a decent match between Riddle and Ford, but it ended in DQ because the Alpha Academy came out. Otis came out and destroyed Randy Orton, destroyed fucking the other guy. I'm sorry, Dawkins, yeah, Angelo Dawkins. So that was a pretty entertaining match. We had a commercial promoting Stone Cold Steve Austin's beer. Like, yup, we're gonna have a commercial promoting Steve Austin's beer. I'm not upset. After that, we had a Scott Hall tribute. And I'm not gonna lie, that really made me pretty sad. Like, I didn't grow up with Razor Ramon. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna cap. But I know of Razor Ramon. I know who he is. I know what Scott Hall brought to the industry. So I'm gonna say RIP to Scott Hall. I hope 2K and WWE don't try to use this to push their damn video game. Play, oh, get the NWO Life like edition. Don't like, nah, just let this man rest in peace. If y'all want to, then y'all can like give like some wrestlers to do some tributes, like wear some toothpicks to the damn like ring. Or Kevin Owens, he started off the show with his promo, and the first thing he said in his promo was, "Hey yo." So I mean, that's some little nice stuff. But don't we try to make profit of this man's death? And the main event, I'm not gonna lie to you, I skipped it. Like, I watched the end of it, I already knew it was gonna win, and my theory is right. Kevin Owens hit the stunner and beat Seth Rollins. So what do y'all think of this Raw? Y'all hype for that Steve Austin versus Kevin Owens segment? Cause that's what this whole show is basically built around. Let me know something like this video. See you next week for the next Raw.